Hi everyone, and welcome back to KLArtistic. Today I thought I'd challenge myself a little bit and I did some drawing. I looked up an image of Japanese mountains with some cherry blossoms, and then I did my version of this type of picture. I'm currently at the moment, as you can see on the video, transferring or roughly sketching out where I want the mountains to be on my canvas. And then I plan on painting over, actually not painting, I'm actually going to use modelling paste to give it more texture. Then when the modelling paste is dry, I'm going to paint the mountains to give them depth, I suppose. Brand new thing for me to try, and I thought I'd have a go at it. I'm just using some cool blue here to put in a sky, and I'm blending in a little bit of the aqua just to make it a little bit lighter and a little bit more mottly. And I will probably actually go over it again later on when the painting is dry, maybe towards the end after I've looked at it for a bit, because I think the sky's a bit too blue. The modelling paste I'm using with this painting is the MONT modelling paste. It comes in a tub and it's really nice to use. It dries reasonably fast, but it also is wet long enough for you to work with it and move it around into positions that you want or give it some texture. I really love working with modelling paste. I find it a little bit satisfying. I'm doing the mountains here and I'm trying to give them a little bit of texture along the way, and I'm covering the entire canvas down the bottom with the paste, and then I plan on painting over and giving the mountains different colours to give them some depth in the actual painting. I've never done this before, so I'm just winging it. See how it goes. So sit back and watch this part, and maybe you find it satisfying as well. And I'll jump in when I think I need to let you know something. After a couple of hours, the paste was dry, and I move on to the next step, which is painting over the paste. So I've decided to paint the background mountains a lighter color, and then the big mountain at the front or in the foreground darker colors. So you'll see that I blend and play with the paints a little bit just to give them slightly different tints. All the paints I'm using today are global, and I'm experimenting here just to see how things work. So as I move along, I get a little bit more confident playing with the paint on top of the paste. But it was lots of fun, and you can just play with like this all day. I could have done this all day, but obviously you need to let the paint dry as well before you move on to some steps which you'll see further down the line. So the back one, I've used Cool Mint on that one, and then the next one I have also used Cool Mint, but I put a very, very, very small amount of aqua into it, just to give it a slightly different hint of colour. The other colours I've used on this section are Deep Sea and Turquoise. The Deep Sea I use on the very front, the biggest mountain, but there is more happening with this painting. This is part one of a two-part series, so there's lots of steps that I plan on doing with this, and I can't fit them all into one video. So I hope you enjoy the series, and if you do, please hit that like and subscribe button, and if you really like it, share my videos. Thank you to all the new subscribers I have this week. I really appreciate all my subscribers and all my viewers and all my regulars that come in every week. It means a lot to me because I put a lot of work into these videos, but what you see is a very, very small amount of work. If I put the entire video down here, I think you'd have about, so far, 2 hours worth of footage, maybe even longer. But I edit down quite heavily and try not to make my videos too long for you. All my mountains are now painted and dry, and I'm actually up to the next step, which is giving the mountains a little bit of detail on the tops, trying to give them more depth. I will actually put some shadowing in them as well, but at the moment I'm putting a little bit of snow and a little bit of rocks. I'm using my finger mainly because I could feel where the ridges were in the modelling paste, and I felt like I was getting better results with my finger than I was using the paintbrush. So you'll see I soon ditch the paintbrush and just use my fingers. So the colours I put on over the top are just a titanium white and the Mars black, I believe, from MONT. The titanium white was actually Amsterdam. I think the mountains turned out really well with the dark and the light on the top. It certainly gives them more detail and more depth, but I will also be putting a little bit of shadowing in as well. And now it has to sit and dry again, and then the scary part, the next step. So the next step will be trying to put in my Torrey Gate and mountain down in the front area with the steps leading up to it, and my cherry blossoms. These bits I'm a little bit scared about trying, but I'm going to have a crack and challenge myself completely. Make sure you come back for part 2 of the series. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you soon.